Good evening, everyone. So I'm just sitting here doing my work and talking to God, my ancestors, just reflecting. And it's funny because people are spending the last of my inheritance, and I was just thinking, like, God, I was supposed to have it when I was 18, right? And God was like, yes, you were supposed to have it. I said, motherfuckers didn't give me this shit because they don't even have the shit, right? God was like, you're absolutely right. They made all these promises to people, right? All these years that was on spell work and paying docs, paying the mental health people, paying the judicial people, and then paying these religious organizations in these sectors, right? The three branches of the government. And so I'm just sitting here laughing like, these motherfuckers really walking around trying to just spend the rest of the pennies that they have, It's funny. And you got people that would be mad out here about it, but the thing is, I'm not even mad. People ain't shit. When you know that you've been through all these trials and tribulations, and you still here, and you still happy, you still have faith, and you still trust God, and then you can still laugh with God about this situations. Like, these motherfuckers owe the government, they owe all these sectors, and then they owe the people they promised. Even in the end, and it's funny because even the little bit of money that they are getting, they're giving it to other people. Ain't that funny? They literally trying to make sure they have money on their books when they go to prison and making sure that they good. It's funny because I was in prison twice, okay? And I was in prison falsely. The first one was arson. And it's funny because looking back on it, it's like spell work was involved. Somebody else set that afire. But the thing is, they made a deal with the judge to make sure they got me out the way, right? And then the other one, the second one, was aggravated robbery. They said that I took the gun from the police, right? And I remember asking the lawyer, pro bono, can't y'all pull up the cameras to find out what was going on? Because they said this, and that. And the thing is, the pro bono lawyer said, no, we can't do that. There is no cameras. The cameras, it wasn't working. The cameras were working. The cameras are always working. Even back in 2016, I knew I was being followed. I knew I was being watched. It was like these people made it known, trying to put fear in me, trying to put thoughts in my mind to try to drive me crazy. And then the funny thing about it is, they wanted me to take the deal of being in a mental health institution so that I can get in that institution, and they wouldn't have let me out. See, people were mad when I took the deal of going to prison, because I knew it wasn't my first rodeo. And just thinking back on all these things, all these papers that I was writing, these thoughts that I were having, those were the people's thoughts that they were paying people to do spell work, and it's all adding up, especially, a lot of people's children had got out of prison because of deals that they had made with the judges. It's like, people know they don't have my inheritance. The government knows that they don't even have my inheritance. And it's just funny because instead of people just being honest, saying we fucked you. I already know what you done. You already know that I have gifts to see. Like, you know I get my intel from God, the universe. You know I can speak to other beacons and mediumships and contact anything. I have connections with the 5 elements, with the spirits, with the air, earth, fire, and water. Literally, I can talk to anything. Hell, I could talk to a marble. I could talk to a pencil and get the answer now. People are trying to secure their spots with, you know, the little bit of money they have, the pennies that they're rubbing together. People are approaching them and letting them know, look, I need my money. I need you to make sure you got my money, you know. Instead of actually paying the person they actually stole from, and then, you know, they want to pay the people they bribed and made false promises to. You know, me and God just having a good time right now, just laughing. People want to get their hair done, their nails done, you know, trying to polish up before they get locked up. Like, you really trying to polish up before you go in and do your bid, your life bid, your life sentence. Like, really? You really trying to make sure you got money on your books when people fail to put money on my books? I mean, literally. Like, people had me locked up. I was innocent, right? They didn't want to put no money on my books. You know, it's like, damn. People really trying to make sure they solid, even when they in a guilty ass situation. People trying to make sure they solidify and make sure they pay off different correctional officers before they go in and all this and that. They trying to make sure they get their plans in order when they are locked. You got people out here really trying to make deals with judges and shit about which correctional facilities they want to go to. Really? You think that that's going to stop karma? Do you not realize that the air, the fire, the water, the earth, the spirits are karma? Do you think that any judge or somebody in the government can stop the elements? Hold on. If you think that, you should be locked away. You should be more than locked away. You should be in a padded room with just you. You know, and think about the earth, the foundation being removed. Think about the air being removed. Think about the fire being removed. Think about the water being removed. And then think about the spirits that you're going to see because of all that spell work that you were doing. Casting towards me. You know, so I was talking to God. I was like, man, let me put a video out. This is funny. You know, it just, they didn't get the 6 of Cups. You know, they didn't get the 6 of Wands. All this stuff is in reverse. But they got is a 5 of Pentacles and 5 of Cups. You know, bunch of 10 of Wands and 10 of Swords and 9 of Swords and 9 of Wands and the Magician in the reverse, because there's nothing they can do. You know, they have no power. They have no authority. They have no sort of, they cannot solidify themselves on a universal level. You know, thanks to the High Priestess in reverse and the Empress in reverse and the Emperor in reverse. You know, so yeah, I'm just sitting here just laughing, doing these readings and stuff just coming to me like, these motherfuckers really think that I don't know they don't have my money. They don't have my inheritance. Especially when I was supposed to get it at 18. Y'all know y'all know how old I am right now? I mean, 32. But the thing is, I'm actually older than 32 because all the times I've died and actually came back. See, a lot of people wonder why I look so young. I look so young because I've died so many times that everything was reset. You know, so yeah, it just the thoughts that people felt the need to go above and just beyond to do what they were doing, you know, and then they still want to be the fool in reverse, you know, instead of just trying to, they always say, I'm the bigger person, I'm the biggest person in the room. They be the loudest ones, but then when everything from the dark comes to the light, they the silent. They silence. You don't hear them. You don't even hear their damn shoes squeaking. They remove their shoes before they walk across the floor. They don't want people to know they coming. But they coming, you know. And it's a lot of people crying. A lot of people crying. And it ain't even them crying because they knew they fucked up. They crying because they know that the people they fucked up with, they're not loyal to them. They're not picking up the phone. They're not answering. Man, they was all Judases together, just kissing and hugging and spending my inheritance on people's weddings and different vacations. I mean, building businesses that were booming. Hell, I mean, people fail to realize that, I mean, these politicians been using my inheritance. You know, everybody in the three governing bodies, mental health, because you gotta pay off the psychiatrists, the nurses, especially when I was younger, being in the system as a child, especially trying to have to also pay off for people to falsify documents. See, that's not easy. And then you gotta pay people to bribe them, to silence them. Like judges. And we know that judges make 3, 4, 5, 6 figures. But then that's their own income. So if you wanna have to bribe them to do something, you gotta come out your pocket. You gotta give them more than they make on their yearly salaries. And they've been doing this for years. So people need to think about how much money was put. It was more than trillions. You know, like I said in videos before, the genie, they was rubbing the genie too much. You know, playing with the genie. They put those gins down. You know, it's just, man. People really was hustling my energy, tricking off my energy, trading my energy, trafficking my energy. See, no matter where I go in life, no matter the environment, they traffic my energy. You know, because they know that my energy is a source of wealth. But people use it in a prideful way, you know. Like I said before, I'm supposed to be paid just to be alive, because the life of me being here in this realm is what's keeping the earth foundation solidified. But you know, I talk to God every day, all day, every day, and I make sure that I tell God, send karma, send all the horsemen, send my ancestors, make sure my ancestors pull up in their form. To let people know, look, stop playing. We know what you're doing. My baby know what y'all doing. See, I make sure that all the hounds are out. I make sure all the portals are open. Means anything can walk through. All things can walk through. To balance the scales. Because the scales need to be balanced. You know, a lot of people wondering, why so much destructions? Ask your politicians. Ask your governors. What did they do to me. Ask them. Because they were on the deals of being bride. They said, oh, these things haven't happened in centuries. We've never seen these things before. You know why you haven't seen these things before? Because enough is enough. All those deals people took 30 years prior. You know, look at the matriarchs, you know, that come from people's families and everything that's passed down. You know, they were using my energy to profit, using my ancestors' energies to profit, using God's name to solidify religion, using the justice system to solidify their reasonings to do things, using the elements to solidify reasons why they can and cannot do things the right way. If that's the case, there should not be any options. You know, if you're going to make pathways for people and then try to charge people, not even try, but charge people for their ups and downs, knowing damn well that those ups and downs were the reasons why their paths were bumpy. Why their paths were... See, they wanted to be a Bumpy Johnson. You know, if anyone ever seen the movie with Denzel Washington. But anyway, people are now seeing that all these things they wanted for me are happening for them. All these politicians solidify their seats in different sectors. See, people don't realize that you got different governors in different states holding different ballots for reasons. Because they did spell work. Because they're different extraterrestrial beings out here. You know, see, different beings can only be in certain places. Close to the water, more to the earth, more air, you know, more fire, more heat. So they have to be where they can adapt, you know, and they use spell work to bind, you know, their contracts with the universe and bind their contracts with all the governing bodies. So I just wanted to make this video and just say I am so grateful, you know, because it's like me and God can laugh at these things, you know, and to think that these people continuously think they can do what they do, man. You know, but it's them exposing themselves, because people already see what they're doing. You know, there is no veil. I made sure the veil was removed. You know, all that placing manipulation over people's eyes and trying to manipulate people's vision. You know, only certain people got 20/20. You know, but people are going to understand why you can't use the elements to come against me or the 144,000. You can't use the same elements that were given to you as a blessing and treat it as something that can be used to destroy God's teachers and leaders, and then claim that you were ordained. Nobody ordained you. I tell people, I know God personally, and God doesn't claim you. Stop using God, got God's name and everything. You know, and they know I know God. They know I have a great relationship with God. You know, a lot of people wonder why I'm not around them. You know, because you're not in my caliber. You know, I'm not around you because God don't claim you. Why would I be around somebody God don't claim? You know, I don't even claim you. You know, so it's like, no. You know, I already read your thoughts, your actions. I know what you're trying to do. I'm not going to even put myself in a position to be fucked over when I already know your intentions. Your intentions is a waste of my time, which is energy. You want to harvest me, treat me like a recycling company, garbage disposal. No, absolutely not. You wanna get information from me. You wanna know, what do I know? How do I know? You wanna know what God's telling me, so you can figure out how to manipulate those things and those words that I'm giving you. But look, you've had ample amount of time to wanna cherish my presence, cherish my time, but you chose to be disrespectful and treat it as something that is disgraceful. Now look at you. 6 of Cups in reverse. 6 of Pentacles in reverse. You know, you just Ace of Pentacles in reverse. You're not gonna have anything. You're not gonna have anything, you know, because you thought that being a fool in reverse was so funny. Now look at you, a 5 of Cups. You know, all those things you were doing. Ace of Wands. You were celebrating with your little 3 of Cups, your groups. Now look at your world, all upside down. Now look, death. Look at that. Crows just coming in. People seen a lot of crows. A lot of black cats. They actually could smell it. A lot of people actually could smell the sulfur coming off of people, because that is needed so people can know who's who. Who got the putrid energy? Who got the energy that they were trying to manipulate? All for this. An Ace of Cups, knowing damn well it was a star in reverse. You know, people trying to manipulate the sun, moon, and stars. You got to understand that I come from the sun, moon, and stars. I am the sun, moon, and stars. And to think that you can manipulate the universe, you got to understand that I always talk to the moon. See, while people were doing all that spell work under the moon, I was always talking to the moon. Every time I was outside in the sun, I talk to the sun. I have connections to the sun and moon, and I am a star. So why do you think that you can play in the dark, knowing damn well that I don't mind being under the moon all day? I don't mind being part of the sun, being the sun, and I know I love being a star, you know, and it's not even in a cocky, prideful way. It's just I know who I am. You know, and people still trying to make deals with entities and deities. You gotta understand, those entities and deities got full reign because I spoke it into the universe to have full reign. See, you can't use salt and black salt to ward off these energies that you contacted. You know, you can't do that. All that throwing salt over your shoulder, stop it. Thinking you're gonna be a kitchen witch, stop it. There's no sort of herbs, spices you can use. See, I don't need anything to summon anything. I just speak it out. Look. Go get your karma, you know, because you made deals that you were going to pay up, and you need to take accountability for your actions and pay up. You know, everybody was trying to sacrifice me. No. You gotta understand that light and dark is on my side. So a lot of people don't understand, and people need to stop blaming the devil for shit, knowing damn well you contacted and summon to make a deal. See, that truly is what is going to get you more karma because you want to blame the devil for everything. Oh my God, the devil made me. No, I didn't. No, the devil didn't. No, the devil did not. You did what you did because you're greedy, you're stingy, you're a fucking thief, you're a liar. And that's just who you are. You're a Judas. So stop blaming the devil for things. You know, and you gonna pay the piper. You know, you wanted to be a demon and live a demonish life and be a gremlin. Now you gonna understand why it's important to understand you need to balance out light and dark. You want to be a ghoul to a goblin, you have to be balanced. You gotta take every hit that comes with it. You can't start any problems and then you get mad when lights out, you know, or if your world is upside down. See, you wanted to party and you wanted to party hard like a rock star. You wanted to party with all those different sectors, you know, and think that you were having a good time. You see this rabbit in reverse? See, y'all was fucking to too many beats. Now look at you. 5 of Cups. 5 of Pentacles. So yeah, let me get back to work. So thank you.